Yo, hopefully I'm back here. All right, looks like I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. No clue what's going on. UBS totally crashed on me. It seems like anytime I talk about serious topics anymore, I get massive issues with UBS and YouTube. So there we are. We're back on. Hopefully everybody comes back. Anyways, back to it at the beginning again. Adam Aron finally tweeted after he destroyed his retail investors, putting him in $100 to $300 cost averages, which is an absolute disaster because of the failed conversion of APE. Most people don't even have APE in their account yet, and or their positions, or AMC in their account from the conversion, and or their positions are just missing. AMC ran 25% the other day, and Fidelity crashed again. And now Adam Aron finally tweets about something really good. Taylor Swift Eras Tour is going to AMC theaters. And in all fairness, that you can't even get to the website. There's a wait time because all the Swifties and the pumpkin spice lattes are just gushing over being able to see Taylor Swift in theaters. So it's a good thing for investors. But in my opinion, most of the investors who only bought APE and averaged down through the conversion, because if you only held AMC Legacy common stock because you listen to people like Stryker or Blunt's, Bigham's, Ape Radio, stuff like that, your cost average is now potentially $100 to $200, $300 maybe, and it's really bad. I've been getting DMs nonstop about people saying, thank you, you helped save my position, blah, blah, blah. Then we ran 20% the next day, and now Adam Aron finally delivers the Taylor Swift Eras Tour news, which should have came out before the conversion, but he didn't want it to. He wanted this out after institutions loaded the boat at $1 per share, which is 10 reverse split. Institutions bought up AMC at $1 per share, right under your noses, thanks to Adam Aron. So that's absolutely disgusting. Anyways, other news. HE broke out exactly as I predicted, formed a cup, kind of forming a handle now. I'm expecting this thing to tick back up through the day. It may come down and maybe bounce this upper trend line, but Joe Biden came out yesterday in a presser saying they're going to send $98 million to Maui on a bipartisan funding fund, right? But he only hit on upgrading infrastructure. The housing damage alone is probably over $1 billion, and they're sending $98 million to Maui while we're sending billions to Ukraine. The people in Maui are going to need more than $98 million. To me, what this sounds like is they're going to go in and upgrade the infrastructure, and then they're not going to help people rebuild their homes. Insurance will probably not pay out the total value of the homes in the area because it's going to be well over $1 billion. People won't be able to rebuild. They'll put their land up for sale. The land grab starts, and then they'll have upgraded infrastructure with underground power lines, courtesy of the federal government, for the big new mega hotels to go up in Lahaina, which is prime real estate. Getting close to market open, IDEX flat, came back down to 303. This looks like maybe a short repositioned or something. Big volume at the end of the day for the stock anyways, 84, about 200,000 shares to the downside. Novix dripping, TMF ticking up, made a new intra-month high at 636 in pre-market this morning, and it looks like it wants to keep ticking up. But really going to watch HE close at open. Hopefully this comes in. Somebody came in and dumped a little bit. I mean, it's only 298,000 in volume, actually is pretty good for that. Somebody tried to suppress this a little bit this morning. This thing wanted to run. To me, probably a short seller coming in to protect their position. I think last I checked, at one point, this was short, 25% short interest. Don't forget, August 31st, today, the PCE inflation report was released, or it is going to be released, and we're going to find out what's going on. CPI with another commonly inflated gauge, 3.2% in July. So the White House is bracing for new inflation report coming out Thursday, today, that is expected to show continued high prices for Americans. So we're going to see what inflation is. We'll probably just go to Gergavin's page for that. He does a really good job. I think Coors is covering it too right now. But Gergavin come out and said UBS just reported the largest ever profit for any bank ever in history, That is because banks are lending to the hilt. To the hilt. They are giving people $300,000, $400,000 home loans at 7.5% because they know they are going to foreclose. And the banks are going to take that foreclosure, sell it off for half the price, make the money, dump the debt to creditors, which will cycle through the system and cause the housing collapse. It's going to cause commercial real estate to collapse, retail consumer housing to collapse, commercial consumer revolving credit collapse, auto loan collapse. It's all coming. And I'm telling you, I wish I would have been able to get back in short on MCB earlier when it hit, I think, around 49. But regional banks are going to get hit again. This thing went back to 49.50 bucks. Should have retook a short, missed it. Lots of downside there, but it's bouncing 39 on a double bottom again, and I've seen this pattern before. I'm getting ready after HE does its move to try to jump back in to the downside on MCB, because when commercial real estate starts to fold, it's going to lead into retail residential housing to fold too, in my opinion. So anyways, that's the open for the show. Let me check the chat here. Sup, bro? Fidelity is screwing all. Yep, Fidelity is screwing everybody. And guess who initiated the move to Fidelity? Guess whose plan that was? Cat Striker, Bigums, Blunts. Those guys wanted everybody to go to Fidelity so we could go direct lit exchange, which I supported at the time, trying to be part of the community. And now Fidelity is screwing everybody almost every single time AMC runs. So you can thank them for that. You were going hard and then got cut off, bro. Yeah, I know, man. I don't know what happened. What an insult to Maui, Kevin. It is an insult to Maui. $98 million after what happened, and there's billions in damages. All it is it looks to me like the federal government's going to back up Hawaiian Electric because they need them there for the new infrastructure they want to build as a resort town. Jose Rivera, he tried to add Ukraine support to FEMA package. What is wrong with him? Dude, Ukraine does not need any more money. If anything, Ukraine and the Russia-Ukraine war is all set up so that they can dump U.S. dollars to basically burn U.S. dollars in Ukraine and in the war. If you want to fight inflation, you have to get rid of cash. The fastest way to get rid of cash is war. I mean, you know how when they burn crypto tokens, you see the crypto value, the token value go up? That's the same process they're trying to do here. Bro, they paid public servants in Ukraine at one point. Yeah, I completely believe it. Promar rather took on those expenditures. It's the Ukraine situation is a complete and utter disaster. The fact that we're funding so much money to Ukraine while Maui lays in ashes and we give them 98 million and they try to act like that's a good thing. I do agree that all the power lines need to be buried and the infrastructure needs to be upgraded. But we barely got anything in Michigan when our dams blew up. We had 3 dams blow up and basically wipe out 2 towns, and our entire economy took a hit because we were lake towns. That's what people came and wanted to boat on the lakes. That was a big part of our economy. Whitmer just stood around. We didn't barely get any money for anything. Basically, the community came together and created 4 Lakes Task Force. About billions of dollars going to Ukraine, but Michigan, no. Maui, no. No worries. Of course, AMC ticking up 10% pre-market. Is it? Well, yeah, it's because the Eras Tour. I'm telling you, they waited to come out with this news after he destroyed retail. They waited and waited and waited. Actually, I got to text my buddy. AMC is probably going to go back $16 to $20, guys. It's probably going to gap fill. I mean, this is big news. You cannot deny the Swifties are going to blow up. They're going to the theaters are going to go crazy. They're going to break the theaters. This is going to be the Eras Tour is going to create one of AMC's most profitable quarter in a long time. But the simple fact that he waited to come out with this news after the conversion is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire freaking life. He's always late to the game. If he would have came out with this news a few days before Ape converted, the stock would have squeezed. It would have went bananas. And guess what? He waited until everybody was stuck in $100, $200, $300 cost averages and until the stock hit $10 because his buddies could buy back in at bottom. The dude is a criminal. Missed the $15 call on money for HE looking at 1750. You'll make more dollars scalping Swift tickets than investing in AMC all day. Bro, I got to take that comment. That is funny and true. Jermunkel. That was a good one, man. Thank you. I needed that. That is hilarious. That's Twitter worthy. That's good, man. Jose gets it. Jose Rivera, AMC irk, no mention of any RSC corporate action, maybe still in quiet period. I don't know, it still pisses me off. He should have announced the Eras Tour before the conversion. Absolutely insane. All my cash magically disappeared on Fidelity right before it ran. I wanted to buy some options. It's back now, but damn, yeah, Fidelity has massive issues. EO, Spence, you sold. Move on. EO, you just won stupid comment of the day. Congratulations. Everybody, tag EO in the chat and say congratulations and send him trophies because he won stupid comment of the day. RWK88, remember he took the picture with the head people at Taylor Swift concert? He did. And I think somebody actually thought that maybe we're going to have Taylor Swift in concert in AMC. I thought I seen a tweet about it, but this man should have tweeted before the conversion, the Eras Tour in AMC. The stock would have ran. Ape would have went nuts. The conversion would have been great for everybody. And instead, he waited until it hit $10 to announce this. All right, let's check, see what's going on. Let's just watch AMC. See, 7% at open because of pre-market action on the news. HE looking like it's going to pop back up. We'll see here. What's the volume there? Almost a million volume at open on HE, and it did form its cup, like I was talking about in my tweet. Cup, handle, we should take off. I think HE is going to gap fill 31. I really do. I think with the news, if the ATF comes out and says, okay, you know, the secondary fire was caused by embers that were not put out after the first fire was deemed clear by the fire department, then HE is probably going to be cleared. HE won't get blamed for a tree hitting a power line causing the initial fire or a power line falling because of high winds. If they de-energized after that first event happened and the secondary fire started up because of other factors, then in my opinion, they're not to blame. I mean, you could have a meteor come down and hit a power line. Are you going to blame the company for that? They had 85-mile-an-hour microbursts. Is Taylor touring at AMC theaters? I'm confused. No, it'll be her tour playing at AMC theaters over the screen. So she'll be on tour, and the tour will be playing on screen in AMC. So if you're not in Portland and you're in Texas, you can watch the Portland concert in Texas at the theater. Oh, it's a movie. Oh, okay. So it's a movie about the Eras Tour. Man, I got in so good in Ape for every dollar it goes up 1K. There you go. If I would have held, I would have. Well, that's HE. If I would have held, I would have only been at a 2% loss right now. Possibly next week at a gain. This thing could probably easily gap fill back to $19. So we'll see. I'm over it. I don't really care. I still have my call options. Let's see if I can even log into Fidelity today. That would be nice if Fidelity let me access my account, you know. Ever since Ken Griffin started working with Fidelity, it's became an absolute dumpster fire. I got to get out of it. It's just every time I get into a new play, I get locked in. So let's see where I'm at today. HE calls up 10%. IDEX flat. It was up a lot yesterday, but it's flat today. AMC call actually took a little bit back. HE. Let's see, what is AMC doing? I should have bought more AMC calls. I should have averaged them down. AMC floating around, up 6%. I'm not even going to get any more into AMC. I'm just not touching the stock anymore. Except for what I have now, I'm not touching it. IDX flat, looking like it wants downside. I'm happy with that. Innovix creeping up. TMF, like I said, new intramonth high, 636. The chart on TMF looks absolutely phenomenal for gap fills. Back to 660, probably 7, and then working its way up on new support to gap fills up to 8 over time. This thing, I think, goes back to like 20, 30 bucks, man. That's why owning the stock on that's way better. I'm going to hold that one for a while. Not a huge position, but I do own some. Let's check to see if I got any buying power today. I do. What should I buy? What should I buy? I think I'm loaded up on HE as much as I want to be, just in case something bad happens. IDEX. I'm good on that too. Maybe MCB. I don't know. Let's wait and see what CPI does before we buy anything new. Of course, he tweets AMC is in the green. Can't have now, can we? Yeah, he's going to come back out now that institutions have reloaded on AMC at $10, at $1, basically. He's going to come out and tweet. And he's going to try to make himself look like a hero. And he's going to get the community all hyped up. And people are going to chase AMC up again and then get crushed one more time. He's going to run this up. And retail investors are going to chase it on hype pumpers like Soka and Ape Radio and Jay Brown and David and Goliath and these clowns. They're going to chase it up, and then he's going to open up and say, oh, yeah, we're going to raise cash, and then the stock's going to go from 20 back to 15 again. Congrats, EO. You are front running. Take emotions off and stick with your conviction, folks. I sold nothing while you were talking about your ape boom. Yeah, and guess what? If you're in AMC, you're definitely a bag holder, EO. You're 100% a bag holder. I guarantee it. If SPY gets slapped, it will stop AMC run. Where are you going to go after Fidelity? Honestly, I think I'm going to just go back to Moo, man. I had really good luck with Moo, to be totally honest with you. I think just go to the best broker you can find. Go to the one that's the most convenient and the most effective for you. This whole lit exchange thing, it doesn't matter. AMC looks like it's making a right shoulder. I believe E-Trade is okay. Yeah, go to the broker that's best for you. This whole lit exchange thing that Stryker and Bigums and Blunts were pushing, all this bullshit. There's no point in it, because even if you say you're going lit exchange, they still figure out how to rob you on it anyway. So it's absolutely insane. Let's go read some of the tweets off of A. Like, might be sort of illegal for him to speak on it. No, it's not. Adam Aron can tweet anytime he wanted to about the Eras Tour. Sugar, stock is running. Adam Aron, quick, send another tweet. Every time Adam Aron tweets, the stock is running and then it stops. I guess the so-called quiet period is over, or you just don't care about the blatant theft that just happened, or maybe you facilitated it. He did. People don't get it. Adam Aron specifically timed this to wreck retail investors. He waited until the conversion failed to tweet about Taylor Swift and a good catalyst, because he knew his buddies were back in on the play, back in on the stock. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I just don't get how people don't understand that. He's done it for 3 years. All right, let's check HE, see if we find any news. This should have broke out way harder. Somebody came in and slapped this in the face, or it's forming its handle. And maybe, in my opinion, it's forming its handle off of this. Cup, handle, and then boom, 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 we'll have our breakout. So it looks like to me. Looks like the cup went a little too hard, but this does look like a handle forming on the 15-minute. Let's chart this a little bit. Let's see. And then maybe by power hour, we start seeing this thing break back out. And then we start going back up and we work on our gap fill ranges. Work on our gap fill ranges back to, I think, the first gap. First thing it'll do is it'll attempt to hit 2175. more than likely the ATF's going to come out and say we found a secondary cause of the fire. It wasn't due to a power line. It was due to dry ember being blown back up or a completely other source of fire. I mean, somebody literally could have been grilling in their backyard and the wind took charcoal out. And I mean, it's that simple. We have wildfires in New Mexico all the time. The initial fires were 100% caused by the power lines, and HE admitted that. They fully admitted that. I did do a post here. This is interesting. What does the average home cost in your area? Albuquerque is 350 right now. North Texas median 900,000. Plainfield 335. Our first house we got in 96 was 1,200 square foot. Now the same house is 300K. 395K in Savannah. Anchorage 375.5K. 1 million plus in Toronto. That is insane. Median in Bozeman 812,000. This is just crazy, man. This is not sustainable macroeconomics. It's not. Thoughts on Mullen, HYMC, and NWBO? HYMC, Adam Aron, I believe, is controlling that same way as controlling AMC. Mullen, the lawsuit that Mullen is filing against the brokerages is awesome in my opinion. Will it go anywhere? I don't know. But the fact that they clearly stated that the brokerages were selling short shares illegally against the stock and against their own shareholders, it was a theory I came up with a long time ago, that the brokerages were selling so many shares of stock to meme stock investors. If there's only 100 million shares and a brokerage sells 150 million because everybody's requesting the stock, that dilutes the float of the company. It's almost the same as naked short selling. If people are buying the stock, but they're buying synthetic shares, that dilutes the float of the company and ruins the stock. And that's the problem we face now, why people don't have their ape converted shares in AMC, is because there's so many damn shares out there, they can't facilitate it. They oversold stock. The float's 100 million, they sold 300 million. Mullen, say the float's 55 million, they sold 200 million shares. It dilutes the float. And that's why share Intel should have been in an AMC from day one. That's why T0 would have worked. The one-to-one security dividend, the one-to-one security token dividend would have gave a reconciled share count and everybody would have went, hey, you brokers sold this many more shares of AMC to these retail investors in the hundreds of millions, and they don't have their security token. You're at fault. And then you get the short squeeze. It was that simple. I don't know why people don't understand that. And then Jay Brown goes on a space call and tries to badmouth Mark Cohodes again. Jay Brown needs to shut his mouth. The dude's a complete clown. He's a fool. He's a grifter. Cat Striker, Jay Brown, Bigums, Blunts, Ape Radio, these guys have gotten it wrong from day one every single day. The only people who managed to make it through this corporate event were the people who bought Ape and average down. Anyone who bought Ape $2 and under and sold their AMC $350 and up because they listened to my thesis absolutely are winning on this right now. They're getting really close back to the $1.60 range, which will be 16 bucks on AMC. And when they do, there's going to be a lot of happy people. The AMC common stock investors who didn't do anything and held their stock with $10 cost averages or higher will probably never, ever, ever fix their positions, man. And that's the sad reality of it. And again, I said the stock is running. Adam Aron tweeted, the stock collapsed. When Adam Aron tweets, you might as well just take profit and flip your position, in my opinion. Oh, man, it's getting me mad talking about it. Let's move on. Meta getting back up there around 300, getting ready for a short setup. Ooh, puts. Absolutely. What's it on the daily? What's the RSI? Halfway, 30 minute, maxed out on 30. We're waiting on CPI. I think CPI is today. Gasoline prices from 8.1 through 8.30 have averaged 6.7% increase, which should make for a nice CPI print, or should just look through that because it's potential head and shoulders pattern and going lower. 10 to 2-year Treasury yield. I think it's 20. U.S. Index Consumer Sentiment 69.5. U.S. CPI year over year 3.2%. Number of recessions 6, 20 hours ago. Hello Thursday inflation in the Netherlands fell to 3.4%. These inflation and CPI numbers, in my opinion, just don't make any sense. Not with the current economics, macroeconomics of our economy. Or was CPI yesterday? No, CPI should be today. Or inflation should be. Yep. PJ's right. Dilution incoming and these dumb apes cheer. You're correct. Most likely Adam Aron sold stock today. Who wants to bet? I almost bet you. You can get an ace house in 200K for Northwest Ohio. I'm a realtor. Hit me up if you're trying to move. Nope. I'm definitely not moving to Ohio. But think from above. Yeah, Midwestern house prices around Ohio and Michigan are still decent. So RBK88, HYMC gets bought out soon. Maybe. I think the whole play on Highcroft is they're setting it up for a buyout to some type of foreign Chinese mining company. In my opinion, I bet you some CCP company comes in and buys it out. Red Bill 21, PCE was today and it was neutral. Yep, right at open, about 2.5 million candle. Yep, guarantee you Adam Aron sold some shares today. Almost guaranteed. And that's why the stock price fell off. They're not going to let this thing run. Not like everybody wants. Maybe it gap fills 20. If he raised some good cash, maybe it gap fills 20. He goes back in, pays some deferred rent off. I'm keying back up on Meta, guys. Keying back up on Meta. MCB and Meta, I'm watching really close. I want the HE play to kick up and play out. It's kind of dipping off this morning after a good breakout from our bull flag, but this may be the cup and handle for him, and we may be forming a huge cup and handle. More potentially, we're forming a cup and handle on the daily from 21 to 21. If this thing goes back to 21, forms a cup and handle, it's going back to 31. Man, I'm tweeting too much this morning, but there's so much going on. I'm just going to sit and wait on it. I mean, we're doing nothing but going up. Let's see. My position's looking pretty good. It's not printing as hard as I want because I bought October's. I probably should have bought late September's. And now I'm kind of kicking myself. Well, I did buy late September, so September 29th. My IDX is October, and that's good because I think I'm going to end up exercising my IDEX into a short when it falls through the floor, which I fully plan on seeing that do. It looks like today it's going to try to work its way down to a new down position. And then Friday, you're going to have profit takers, so we'll see what happens. But my Hawaiian Electric stock is up 2.26%. Innovix up 1.67%. TMF up 1.2%. My HE calls are up 5%. And my IDX calls are only down 1% right now. So we're getting ready. I feel like I'm positioned correctly in all this. Good morning, fine peeps. Hope you have a great day. You too, Jason. Ford's up 20 cent on my calls, went down in value. Yeah, check your IV, man. I think that would be IV. Who know who's best at super deep mining? Honestly, I think there's multiple companies that do deep mining, but they do them in foreign countries because they don't have the OSHA standards that we do. This is why Diane Garrett always touts their safety record. Their safety record, one, Highcroft Mines had mining for years. People say they don't mine. They've been mining for years as other companies. The open pit has been dropped down low enough to where they think they can access the deeper underground deposits now. And the safety record is why Diane Garrett's pushing it so hard. The problem is you may run into reverse splits while holding this thing throughout time. If they come into a sale of it, it'll go to some foreign country, in my opinion, some foreign mining company. Russia, maybe. China, Russia. Tomorrow is jobs report. We had open jobs on Tuesday, and open jobs looked good, but in my opinion, it's because people are working 2 and 3 jobs, so that's kind of misleading. HE 5-minute grain. Ooh, wait, why does it do that? Why does it do that? I hate it when Twitter does that. I'm reading something and it automatically flips. HE from 9 to 14 this morning. Nope, that was August 28th. Where did he go? Why did his tweet? Yep. Again, there's another report saying, leading report from Twitter. Breaking, Hawaiian Electric says the government is lying and they de-energized all power lines 6 hours before the deadly wildfires tore through the community. I'm pretty sure they have documentation on that. HE is innocent. We'll see when the report comes out. I'm betting that they are not held liable. Where did he go, man? And why? Where did that tweet go? Damn you. Something about a gravestone doji candle forming on the 5-minute. Gravestone doji refers to a bearish indicator commonly used in trading by technical analysis. Is a bearish reversal candlestick. I don't know, man. That could just be the cup and handle, the short-term cup and handle, the cup that's formed here in the handle. This thing could flip pretty hard. Because right now it looks like everything's in favor of HE, in my opinion. They're going to throw a bearish indicator because they know retail's keying up on this play. And my HE calls actually are valued up right now. I'm back up 7%. So whatever just happened, the call's actually valued up. I think this is gonna be a big one. When this thing rips, this is gonna be like a 300-400%er. It'll test 21. If it hits 21, that forms a daily cup. It'll come back down a little bit. Boom, fly back up. Actually, I'm just gonna dump the rest of my money into a buy on the stock, I think. We'll see. What do I got? 800, 840. My limit cash. Screw it. I'm in. I just bought some more shares of HE. You got your first small term cup here. Boom. Cup and handle breaks out to the gap fill at 21. Hits a little bit of resistance or finds support above 21. Get another cup, a huge cup on the daily. Handle. Boom. Back to 31 on good news, in my opinion, and we'll see. It'll be hard not to sell if this thing runs all the way back to 21. That's going to be a big win on my option. I may sell my call and just hold the stock for the rest of the run. That way I don't leave any money on the table. Being greedy leads you to losses. So if we get back to 21, I may dump my call options. Who knows? Maybe this thing gap fills right back to 31, man. We'll see. But if it goes to 21, that's a good probably 10, 15 grand on my calls. It's huge. What happened to my YouTube? All right, let's get back to the chat. It's a great day to make some good coin. Yeah, baby. LOL. Have a great day, man. You too, John Mark Bovin. Amazon and Shopify. What's going on there? Yeah, dude. So Amazon's going to do good. Shopify's going to do good. Overstock's going to do good because the theft in the brick and mortar stores like Dick's and Home Depot and stuff like that is going through the roof in inner cities, and they are going to close down, which is why commercial real estate in inner cities is going to fall off. TMF getting ready to set a new intramonth high. US 20-year 3x levered bear bull. Treasuries coming back. TMF is up. What are we up? 556 to 660. I used to be able to do percentages in my head. %, since we called that out. So that's good for anybody in on TMF. So our portfolios are sitting there, should be sitting good if we're positioned correctly. Watch as I buy HE tomorrow or Monday, it drops. Then don't do it. Def 64, don't do it because we don't want it to drop. If you're causing my stock to go down, we got problems, bro. This thing could reverse. This bull flag breakout running to 1564 and setting a new intra-month high. Then this dumping and it trying to consolidate. Somebody dumped. I mean, there was a pretty big dump of shares in the morning. But if this consolidates through the day and kicks back up and we get a handle, this thing's going to gap fill 21. So I'm going to be patient. And AMC if I buy. Then buy when you think you shouldn't buy. If everybody is screaming buy AMC, then I don't. If everybody's screaming sell AMC, then I buy. That's the funny thing. I mean, the market literally works that way. Whatever retail is doing as a whole, don't do it. You guys, it's dog eat dog, and they are punishing retail this past couple weeks is what they're doing. I haven't seen Cohotes tweet in a while. What's he doing? I don't know why his tweets aren't coming in. 12 hours ago. FTC proposed rule would make it crystal clear that it's illegal to do things like write or sell fake reviews. Ooh. Ooh, coffee. I'm going to go get my coffee. I'll be right back. Any thought on CHPT? ChargePoint. Oh, man, I loved ChargePoint back in the day. I made a ton of money on Switchback Energy and Neo and the big EV push. I made so much money and I was winning. And then Biden became president, and immediately the stock market went boom, and I sold. I took a huge profit on it. I've hit some big wins in the market, and I'm telling you guys, every time I hit a huge win and it looks like it's going to keep going, I always end up down, not down, but taking a 30% of my total profit I should have took gone. If you hit a really big win and you're up tens of thousands of dollars, just take the profit and move on, man. It's absolutely crazy. I was up $175,000 on MCB, and then Jamie Dimon came out and absolutely pimp slapped the market with fake news, and I lost 30% of that gain. I never should have did it. If you get a really big win on any type of stock like that, to the downside or the upside, take the cash, hold back for 15 days, watch the market do what it's going to do, then come back with only 30% of what you just won, and take the cash out and put it in a treasury, buy silver, put it in your bank account, pay down your mortgage, pay your car off, something with high interest. IDEX is pumping. It's up only up 1%, 2%. It's not pumping. Unless I'm looking at a different chart. This is just shorts repositioning and or other, but this is probably getting ready to consolidate. RSI on the 5-minute, the daily is going to keep dropping. The 30-minute is still within mid-range, and 5 minutes within mid-range. This will probably end up dumping off next week or Friday, maybe Monday morning. It'll dump off and go under 280, and it's just going to continue. That's why I got duration on my puts. I'm not worried about my HE puts printing. I'm worried about them lasting long enough for this thing to go under $1 so I can exercise them into a short. And then I'll hold the short for 12 months as this thing creeps back down to 3 cents. And if they reverse split again, that's even better because I'll reshort it. More than likely, IDEX ends up getting delisted from the NASDAQ due to failures. They're under $4, so right now they will not meet NASDAQ requirements. I mean, it's just a fundamental play. The balance sheet's bad. The product isn't really selling. They're losing money every quarter. 31 million in debt. They're trying to sell off parts of their company. A 1-for-125 reverse split to try to maintain listing. It's a cash grab before this thing goes out of business, in my opinion. And this thing goes back under 10 cents, and then they do it again. Then the insiders all sell out. The company changes over. They file bankruptcy. Chances are IDX comes out and files bankruptcy. They'll sell off some assets. They'll trade for a while. They file bankruptcy, which is why I'll exercise my puts. Even if it's under 2, if it's around $2, I'll exercise my puts there too. Before my options expire on IDX, I will exercise and try to go short the stock because it's not a good company. It's electric tractors, in my opinion, is a green energy government subsidy scam idea. Diesel is king. It will always be king in farm equipment. The torque and the torque and the power you get out of diesel on the weight, the energy per weight, is far exceeding anything with a battery. And then as soon as you have an electric tractor catch on fire in a field, and the lithium leaks all over the smoke and the lithium and all the cells and everything and the plastic going in, you contaminate your farm field. Diesel and oil and stuff like that, honestly, to be totally honest with you, is probably the worst thing you got to worry about getting on your food. It's probably the least thing you got to worry about. Come on, baby. This thing, let's see if this thing comes back and finds support right here. Well, let's see here. If this thing finds support right around here and starts going sideways to consolidate, I think it's going to go for a run and we'll see some potentially good news, hopefully. All right, back to the chat. What's going on? The government will fix that by making diesel 15 a gallon. Thought you said twerk. What would be your HE target? I'm just going off of the chart fundamentals. more than likely it's going to try to gap fill 21. If decent news comes out about the investigation from the ATF, then it'll try to gap fill 21. Here's the risk, you guys, and listen to me very carefully. So you idiots who stalk my chat, all the morons who just love to come in and hate. If bad news comes out from the report stating that Hawaiian Electric didn't de-energize, the stock is going to get crushed. That's your risk. HE has already provided documents to the ATF, though, and they are claiming that the government is lying and that lines were de-energized. So that's your risk. If you're in the play and you take a hit, that's on you, which it's taking a hit right now off of that doji. Let's see if it finds any support. That would be right off the upper trend line. RSI is getting down pretty low. I should have waited to buy more HE shares when the RSI tipped off, but my calls have not devalued on that yet. Still up 7%. Oh, now there it goes. Stock still up. We'll see. See what happens here. You notice how they love to make it run pre-market before retail can trade? They know retail's keyed up on this trade is what they're doing. I don't care. I got September 29s I'm holding and stocks, so I got duration on both. This bull flag should have broke out hard, but if it does form a cup here, if it comes, or a handle, if it does start ticking back up and tries to consolidate back to the upside, watch Friday. We'll get news Friday or something. So, dude, my dog's barking at hot air balloons again. It's so frustrating. I just want all stocks to go down so I can buy. People buying the Highcroft mine coins with Diane Garrett and Adam Aron's face on them are absolutely insane. You're paying almost 75% more than the actual price of an ounce of silver is. Literally just go to Walmart and buy silver from Walmart online. It's about the cheapest you'll get it anywhere. And it comes directly from the main exchanges. So where are we going to find support here, baby? Come on. We'll see. Maybe we hit the bottom of the bull flag off the cup and pop. We'll see. I'm not even going to watch it anymore for now. We're still up 2% on the day, though. So, I mean, it's coming down, but we're up 2% on the day. It's coming back to where we closed yesterday. But this run this morning, this should have kept going. Somebody came in and slapped this with some short interest to save their position because they got trapped down at $9. They probably thought, the shorts probably thought this is going to be another California issue where the power company was to blame. Power company goes out of business. Their short runs wildly in the money. Now they're down at $9 and they got pinched when this thing ran to $15. Let's see if it's updated on. Somebody told me it was 25% short interest, which makes sense. Sure, short. Fidelity's only showing 1.7%. That can't be right. There's no way this thing dropped to $9 on that. Hawaiian Electric. Man, I'm already getting hungry. All right, where are we going from here? Has anybody got Ortex data on HE? I don't think it's been updated. I was told yesterday by somebody that I know that it was 25%, but it's saying 1.78%. That does not seem logical to me. Not with the drop it had and then running straight back to 15. That was somebody either buying up stock or covering shorts at that point. So come on, baby, reversal. That must be the gravestone doji right there. Coming out of a bull flag pennant, perfectly breakout cup handle, and nosedives. I think they know what's going on here. I think they know retail's keyed up on the trade. IDX creeping a little bit. IDX, I can wait 30 days for this thing to go under 2. Come on, HE. I thought this morning was going to be the morning. I thought we were going to have a good day today on that. D's easy. How do you know when to sell the flip? I've taken the ape flipping model to a lot of these plays now. Spence already flipped HE twice. Good for you, dude. I probably should have. When I see it run to 1564 and it opened up 6% up, I could have flipped it for a couple $100. But honestly, I think I'm going to stay in this one a little longer. But the flipping on profits, man, you'll never lose if you take profits. I should have took profit on ape at 240. I knew I should have, and I got locked into the emotional side of the play, and it was stupid. Come on, baby, reverse right there, 1383. That would be beautiful. That does look like it could be a new sport. All right, I don't think any other news is coming out, guys. These coins are severely overpriced. You'll never, by the time silver runs to $38, those people will not even break even because they're always going to sell it for a few dollars under the asking price. Just seems the Ukraine-Russia thing is going to escalate before November. I bet it will. It'll escalate into the election. They're trying to arrest Trump. The Ukraine-Russia thing will escalate. The natural disasters will be all over the place. It's going to be stupid. Meta forming head and shoulder now. I don't know. Hard to tell. Meta. I hate to tell you this, but Meta's on a big old W on the daily. I would be careful. That looks like it might want some upside. In my opinion, that looks like it might want to try to run back to like 310, maybe even 320. That's a big old fat W. Yep. I will wait. I'll wait until I see 300 something. Plus, I'm locked into these other plays. Oh, well, HE broke out like I said it did, but the market came in and smacked it down in the morning. So RSI's through the floor. May have been a good time right now to load up on a couple more calls. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. IDX creeping a little bit, not worried about it. Again, duration is friend on these plays. We're just sitting and waiting. I don't think any news came out. Good news came out about HE this morning. And it seems like Market Watch and Seeking Alpha is trying to pump it. News. Climate change turns U.S. utilities grimly exciting. What? It's from Reuters. Hawaii's biggest electricity provider is at risk of bankruptcy after wildfires destroyed a town. See, now they're saying really good things in the morning about Hawaiian Electric, and then they say bad things. Increased capital expenditure can mitigate but eliminate damage from storms and heat. Little wonder investors are slowly waking up to dangers posed by litigious customers. Maui County in Hawaii is saying Hawaiian Electric caused the fires that destroyed the town of Lahaina. The county alleges the utility didn't properly maintain its electrical grid and failed to shut down power lines on August 7th despite its warning of high speeds. The utility says its equipment did start a blaze, but the fire department responded and later said it was extinguished. The firm said a second fire began in the same area several hours later after the utilities turned off the power. I don't see the local government winning this one. I think the local government failed to respond to the fire properly. They failed to keep their infrastructure maintained as far as fire hydrants not having any water in them. And like I said, HE already filed that they've given documents stating that they de-energized the grid to the ATF. So if the Hawaiian government is lying and they are trying to blame Hawaiian Electric, and it turns out to be Hawaiian Electric is not at fault for the fires in the town, the fires started in areas where there were not any houses in the direct vicinity. The fire spread from dry brush that probably should have been mowed down, said by the city, crossed streets into homes. And if the fire was declared out and the lines were de-energized as the workers were trying to put everything back together, there you go. So if the government's lying about HE can come back and countersue the government. And the $98 million that's going to Maui, that may go straight into the pockets of Hawaiian Electric. So I'm going to watch it close. Somebody came in, I think, and probably reshorted this thing this morning. 1.6 million shares at open. So we'll see. I'm going to hold tight. I think we see a quick reversal on this coming up soon on some news. Either way, guys, that's about all I got today. You guys see what AMC is doing. Adam Aron, literally, we got a pump in the morning. Adam Aron tweeted, and the stock fell. Every time Adam Aron tweets, the stock falls. When Taylor Swift tweeted, the stock went bananas. When Adam Aron tweeted, the stock fell. You guys notice a pattern? So anyways, that's about all I got for today. I'm just going to sit back and wait. I'm going to go play some video games and wait and see if HE finds some support. Maybe around the center line off of the bull flag pennant that came out. This still could form a handle off the cup. We'll see. Taking some hard heat today. That's why I bought stock though, and duration. IDEX actually creeping a little bit today. But there's not really any good news unless there's some type of buyout that comes in. Should be really hard pressed to see somebody want to buy this stuff out because their electric tractor technology is nothing like proprietary, that from what I've seen. It's nothing serious. So either way, if you guys got anything good, make sure you hit up in the comments. Where do you get silver from? I bought from 3 different sources. What is it? Hold on, let me check. I bought from IMEX directly, I think. Is it IMEX? Not IMEX. Money. Let's see. I bought from APMEX, right, and a couple other exchanges, but the cheapest I found to buy silver is from Walmart.com. It may be slightly scratched or something like that, but it comes cased up just like you would get from the exchange. But it's the cheapest you'll find it, and they deliver it right to your front door. But the silver they sell is directly from the same exchange as you would buy them, but half the price. John Deere will have the market on electric tractors, probably. So that'll be the next Democrat green energy push like they did with GM. Either way, guys, I'm going to kick off. I'm going to go eat breakfast, just play some video games, chill, get my workout in, and wait for any news to come out on HE. It was looking good this morning. Obviously, some news articles just came out where they're trying to play the downside a little bit. Somebody short the thing and they got hit on it. Technically, we're still, I believe, on the uptrend. Let's go to the 2-hour. Come on, 4-hour. I mean, it's technically still uptrending from 9. And that may be what it's doing, is it's coming back down to its base trend. So if it doesn't break below, let's say maybe it comes back down to 1350, something like that. Bull flag breakout, perfect cup form, maybe a handle forming here, hitting the upper trend line here, and then boom, we rock it off and we'll see. So maybe next week we see the big breakout. Space calls for the 8th flight. No, I'm just going to hold the stock. Somebody's really attacking the stock. I'm just going to hold stock in this too for duration. If the 8th goes good and they continue to have good flights through the year, then this stock probably ticks back up to the $4 range. That'll be a good win. Could be a big lifetime stock to hold too. We'll see. But space flight companies have a lot of risk. One bad event and the stock is going in the dirt. The FAA will shut them down, and you guys know how that works. So, y'all take care. Thanks for coming in the chat. Please like the video. Please share the video. Follow me on Twitter. You guys rock. Follow each other on Twitter. Thank you for all the stock picks. Thanks for all the info. You guys have a great morning. Froggy Sonics out. I doubt HE fills the downside gap. I highly doubt that.